Hello, Dreaming of Diamond. I think we have a Chiefs game on tonight, if I'm correct. I think they're at New York. So this is a great turnout for a Chiefs Sunday. And I cannot wait to talk about something that I feel like is really special, which is retention. But we've got an idea to bring to the table. I just want to mention quick administrative. Tomorrow night, Lori is going to be training us in Dreaming of Diamond. If you're not a member of Dreaming of Diamond, or if you're watching this recording and you're not a member of Dreaming of Diamond, reach out to the person who shared the recording with you and we'll get you in there. That is my team page. If you're watching this, that's the larger team page. You may be a part of another team page too, but we'd love to have you in there. And we do some trainings in there every Monday night, and we're excited about that. So Lori Green is going to be training us tomorrow. I want to do a quick just like a housekeeping because of what's happening right now with our next day pay and our doubled BBBs, which a BBB is just a way to kind of describe that initial customer bonus, right? BBB is more of a historical term, but what it really is that first bonus that you get for the that order of a brand new customer. Right now, you guys, they're doubled. So when you have somebody that you're inspiring to act, when you have somebody that you're inspiring to like post and all these things, you just want to be, even if you don't communicate it right away, once somebody is getting, some traction and maybe you're in three-way messages with them, because that's kind of our culture, you really want to be telling them, I don't know what's going to be happening in October. So this is very much a topical conversation for right now, but you just want to be upgrading them immediately. Okay, because I don't know exactly what's going to happen with historically, okay, here's a historical lesson. You'd have 7 days. Basically, the cutoff was Saturday. And so I actually think Megan was one that she was kind of like, that new thing was happening and like it was happening on Saturday. And I'm like, this feels like a 911, or maybe it was somebody else. And we wanted to do it when we knew what that cutoff was. And really, what that means is that we want you guys to be able to collect your cash. Okay. But with the next day pay, which is a huge blessing, we just want to be kind of keeping that in, the frontal lobe. Okay. For when we're inspiring people, this shouldn't be a stressor, but it's just something that you want to say, like, hey, as soon as we see that person in virtual office, or they say that they have, gone ahead and bought, I want you to log in and do that upgrade so that we can get you your doubled bonus. So again, I don't know what's coming in October, so this could be a very 2 week concern, okay, but just something to think about. I know that I'll be very transparent. I've gotten into the weeds with, like, there have been times when I missed like helping somebody upgrade in the time that I needed to, and you make the mistake once as a sponsor because, shoot, it is like a really big deal and you want them to get that money, especially if they want that money. So just to also disclaimer, they do get compensated, they do get a product credit, guys. Okay, so they're not gonna miss out, but they'll get more if they do upgrade, because they'll get 20%. I think it's a flat $20 as a product credit. And if somebody, this is a separate training that I'm veering off, this is a squirrel moment. I'm so sorry. But if somebody decides that they don't want to upgrade, but they do love the idea of referring somebody, they can get product credits. It's a one-time credit, okay? And then that person would roll up, quote unquote, to you. And they would be, from a standpoint of our other like compensation plan components, you'd be getting level one benefits from them. So crossing the bridge when we come to it, don't worry about anything. Just basically back to the original point is, we're in a situation right now where people are getting paid next day. So we just want to help them upgrade immediately. Okay. All right. And obviously, we can, if anything happens, or if there's like a 911 where we couldn't get to them, I can always try to escalate with my customer service that I have. So just that is two. Okay. We've got Andrea coming in here. Okay. So this is what I'm excited about. So retention, you guys, is a huge piece of this. And here's why. The shiny thing that we chase not really chase, but like we love the thrill of the signing the new customer. We love that, 20% bonus. We love all those things. And that is a beautiful thing. And I love it too. But where the rubber hits the road for the way that this compensation plan is different than any other network marketing company is that when done right, when you retain, you will make money on this person every single time that they order. And what we want them to do is we want them to be ordering every single month. I famously tell people that I have had customers for 9 years, and this is very true. They're in my virtual office, so just know this. As you continue to do what I'm about to describe, you're going to be able to enjoy those benefits. So in sales, in outside sales, which is I was in the outside sales, so I'm going to give you a little lesson. There's hunting and then there's farming. Hunting is that feeling when we get the level one customer and they're ready to say yes and they're doing all the things and we get that BV and we're so excited. So that's the hunting mechanism. But the farming mechanism is loving them through their product journey. And both are really, really important for what we do in Plexus. And I'm looking at the screen and I feel like we've got great hunters and great farmers. Okay, so we are super blessed with that. I want to give you some ideas. And if you love this, I can share this in our leaders thread or, however we want to get that information to you. Because retention is not only supporting them in their product journey, okay, but it is continuous invitations. But here is something that actually I was on a coaching call with Megan, and this was the brainchild of us just kind of like, we were just brainstorming. We were like, what does this look like? So something that is great is that, as you grow in this business, whether you start this way or whether you grow into it, you're going to be closing some customers on your own, right? Like, we are just a community of support here. Okay. So nobody's kicking you out of the nest, y'all. But like, there could be a time when you're like, I did it. I did it on my own. And I'm so excited. And you're telling your sponsor, like, this is happening. And this is so it's very much a, you're flapping your own wings. Here is what we kind of came up with because I think what happens is when we do what's called onboarding, okay? Retention really starts at onboarding. And I'm going to tell you what onboarding means. So once they order, and in the process of them ordering, that three-way message that we are so good at as a team, guys, we nail it, right? We're so good. We're good at inviting to the three-way message. We're good at doing the three-way message. We're solid, right? I'd put us up against any other team in this company. Baby, we will win. Okay. We're good at it. So onboarding really starts at that place where they're ordering. Okay. So we take them from a prospecting, which is that three-way message, that sales process, that prospecting. We take them from that into onboarding when they order, right? And as they're ordering, you're kind of greasing them up, maybe the wrong way to say it, but you're kind of just warming them up to more, right? And sometimes you might say things like, hey, when your products arrive, let me know. Here's what it looks like. But here's what happened out of that phone call that I had with Megan. It was really, I felt like it kind of cut through some of the struggle that we have with our onboarding into retention. There's a lot of pressure in that space, right? Of like, we're in the three-way message. We want to say all the things. We want the upfront contract of you better tell me when your products get there. I want to walk you through it. Don't ghost me, like all the things, right? And so here's the idea that ultimately we came up with and she's utilizing in real time for her organization. And what it looks like is a jot form. So here's what it would look like. And we have this, guys. If you want this resource is available to you. And I will get all of the details about exactly how you can copy this into something usable for yourself. It's done. right? You can change it if you're ambitious. You want to do that. I love that for you. It would require you getting a Jotform account. This is free. But essentially, what it would look like is this is an idea, right? They're ordering, we're excited, whoever is in that message. We're so excited. Hey, oh my gosh, you're all done. Lovely. Okay, okay. I'm gonna use Shannon, right? I'm gonna pretend like you haven't signed up, Shannon. Okay, so Megan and I are in this message. Megan's brought you into this, and like we're signing you up, and then all of a sudden, Megan is your sponsor, and she's like, oh my gosh, so excited for you. This is gonna be amazing. Please let me know when your products arrive. And also, the next step in the process is I'm going to have you fill out this Jotform. I'm going to have you fill out this worksheet. It allows me to keep notes for you. I print them out, however you want to describe what you're doing with it. And it kind of activates something else in their brain. I thought about this right away and I thought this is like feels assignment-ish and not in a bad way. It's like, oh, this is the next step in the process. I'm helping her help me, right? And guys, the Jotform really looks something like, like some of the information is name, email, like phone number. Some of those things are available in your virtual office. So not a 911 if they're not, filling it out. I think they will, right? I think that they will. But it's like, what's your age? What's your expectation? But here's the thing that's beautiful. How long that in this worksheet that was created, and Janelle helped us with this. She's absolutely amazing. So that's why I'm saying this is available to all of us. And we'll get all the details if you want to incorporate this into your business. Very easy to do it. But some of the questions that we struggle with, right? What, what's your expectation of how quickly you're going to get your results, right? How committed are you? Right? This is on the worksheet. And I think what happens is, again, it goes back to how we utilize the open ended question. Because sometimes, guys, as leaders, we're asking open ended questions we know the answer to, you know? It's so that they can regurgitate it back to us. And it's this learning and knowing that goes hand in hand. It's the same way with this worksheet. So how committed are you? You might guys have already maybe discussed it. It's okay for them to document it again. Because as they say it over and over and over, it becomes a real thing for them. But the other thing that's great, here's what we want to happen in this process is we want to drip on the getting the products paid for. We want to do it. But the reality is we have to become duplicatable for people who are brand new to this business, who, gosh, they're just learning about getting their products paid for. And now you know what I mean? And we're asking them to bring people in. And then we, have that, we ask maybe potentially having that burden of opening that conversation. So this cuts through it. I'm not telling you not to drip that in if the conversation or if the three-way message or the, dialogue with that potential leans to it. For example, if somebody is really worried about money, it is appropriate for you as they're in the deciding to buy to say, we have solutions for you. Okay, we have options for you. I want you to just give this a try. Are you open to giving this a try? But the point is that the Jotform, um, and I feel like I've gone off on a tangent. I hope I haven't. It just allows another continuous invitation. Continuous invitations are appropriate for I have level ones that I've had for years, and I still am doing continuous invitations with them. Now, will you watch this video for my friend? No. It's like, hey, will you host this team thing? Hey, will you join me in a podcast, listening to this podcast, right? But these invitations really, the quicker that we can start and understand that this is how we continue to engage people who've said yes to us, continue to help them deepen their relationship. And back to this, once they've ordered, this is the most receptive they're going to be, right? They're a sponge. They're ready. They're open. They've pulled out their wallet. They've given their personal information. Like, this is the time we ask them to fill out this worksheet. And the way that it looks, it's a link. Jotform, you can get a free, it's basically a free worksheet. There's a template that was created that I believe Megan is using now. Obviously, you can change it up. It was actually it sort of was born from what Tanya was using, and we just altered it just a little bit. So again, this can be altered if you see what is in place currently and you want to change something up. We have a Janelle that can help with us, help with us, or maybe you're a savvy senorita and you can do it yourself. And I love that for you. And would you teach me? So, like, I love that. But the idea really is they've said yes, right? We've done the three-way message. They've said yes. They've purchased. Their onboarding is right then. We're asking them again. And by the way, in the one that Megan has, it's, here's where to join our wellness community. The last thing it says, which I think is very important, which I think is a pain point for all of us, is do you agree to regular check ins for the next 60 days? And that's what we want. Like, I think another thing too is that we do our best to fit it all in, but we're so excited, especially when we're newer, we're so excited that they've said yes that we don't want to deter anything. And we're just on a high, right? We're floating on glitter clouds. So we're like, and then we like walk away and we're like, oh, they're totally going to be committed. Like, this is so amazing. And then it's like, well, I didn't really say that. So I think the worksheet basically fills in the gaps. It either reinforces everything you've already done or it fills in the gaps of things that maybe have been missed or were not able to follow in the conversation. The reason that onboarding and retention is important is because our compensation plan isn't the best compensation plan if we're not enjoying that specific piece. As a diamond, I can tell you this specifically, and it really changes around the ruby space, is like your pay points are like that's where you're getting the most enjoyment of like the retention piece. You're getting it all the time, right? You're getting it all the time. But, that's where it becomes a lot bigger than some of the other components of the pay. And we want to rush you to that space. Like, that's the idea, is rushing you to that space. Another great bolstering of your paycheck is helping people go fast start silver and senior silver and gold, and you get those little bumps and those kind of things. So we're gonna just eat this whale one bite at a time. But I felt like this was a beautiful thing, and that it's sort of like this, the creativity or the ideas come in real time, just digging in with all of us, right? Like, good ideas come as we're just solving problems one on one. So I loved this. Megan, do you want to say anything? Have you like sent it out, or have you like, what has happened at this point? You might have been on call, or I don't even know, since we talked.
I have been on call, but I sent it to one of my friends just to make sure that they could actually get it and open it, and it would send it back to me. And that's all I've done so far. But then I have a list of people that I plan to send it to probably tomorrow because I'm off like the next 3 days.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so obviously the other thing I wanted to say is you might be thinking, oh wow, well, I already have all these customers. And we kind of walk through that too, but it's like, I feel like still send it, right? I feel like, you create this and your new process is you kind of figure out what the new process would look like of, okay, they purchase, then you send it. But I also think it's a beautiful thing to like send it to people. I'm going to send it to people um that have like forever ago bought. I'm gonna be like, hey, like, fill this out for me. Here's why too, because in the, how sometimes we don't know where to take people. This was another component. I jumped around. Squirrel, squirrel. Um, Another component is sometimes we don't know how to fold in the business if cost is not an issue and they just buy and you're like, what bucket? What's happening, right? Because a lot of times, we say, all your new customers that have bought, we love them to post on the weekend, whatever it is. On that worksheet, it says, what are you interested in? And it says, I want to get my products paid for. I want to make $500. I might want to make $1,000. Like, if they list that, you have every reason to follow up in a way that is like, oh, I'm following up because you're interested in this. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk about this. I saw that you said this. Let's talk about it. And it takes the pressure away from that initial buying cycle because it fills in the gap. So if this isn't something that you feel like you're going to incorporate, totally fine. We'd want you to say it. Like that's the whole point is we want to bring that up, but the worksheet does really help kind of, again, people love a worksheet. I love a worksheet. I love to fill out an intake form. Sometimes I do, but I really like it. So, I just think it just solved some problems. And I felt like we have so many new people sharing that this could be an answer to, um, you know, we're not necessarily confident on how to deliver some certain messages, but as we're bolstering that confidence and that understanding around that, we get the opportunity to just send this over. And then we get it back. It's almost like check yes or no. Do you like me? Check yes or no. Right. And they're like, ooh, check yes. I want to make $1,000. Well, girl, you know what to follow up with. Oh, okay. Oh my God, this is so great. And maybe in the next couple of days, hey, I saw this. I want to share a resource with you, right? And then maybe because you've sent them down the track, they're interested. You've sent them down the track of being interested in the business. Then maybe you're finding a video resource. So this is going to be a longer call down the road. This just felt like a real answer to some of the inconsistencies around maybe how we're onboarding, and I like the universal aspect of this. So I hope that that makes sense. I hope that, if you're interested, obviously, let's drop it in our leaders thread. We can drop it here. I don't know where the chat here goes once we stop recording. I've never figured that out. But, if we're interested in that, we can send. I think what happens is because I sent Megan's to Jody, I think I sent it to you. Okay. And then do you just copy it in jot
Yeah,
form?
you can. I actually have one, but I wanted to see if I needed to update mine at all. So uh, I like that this is more customer based
Yeah.
instead because mine are more inquiring about the products
Mm-hmm.
and the business.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, this is if you've been listening or if you've been working the business and you feel like, hey, my retention could get better. Hey, I want my retention to be more streamlined. I love a system and I want to enhance my systems. I feel like this is a no-brainer. Okay, wait. Can you tell us how, again, how you worded the commitment to responding for follow-up? Like how I offered the worksheet, Amanda? I think that's what she means.
Mean, like, at the end, like where you asked, are you committed to responding, um, to show that we will be following up with them for like the follow-up aspect? Because I already
Okay,
have so I just wanted to add that to it.
that's in that worksheet. Did I send you that yet?
No.
It's in, I can send it to you, but it's in the one that was created. But essentially it said something like, and I can pull it up, I'll share it um in the thread and stuff, but it was basically like, do you understand that you're going to that we need to, Megan, what's it say? Like, do
You
you
said
understand that you're going
committed
to
to follow
be,
up.
yeah, 60 days? Like, do you understand that we need to check in for the next 60 days or something like that? And it's a check yes or no on the worksheet. Um, I thought you meant like, how do you ask them to fill it out? And guys, it just, what we have to do is adopt like here's the next step, right? It goes this way for posting, it goes this way for anything. It's like, oh, well, this is what we do next. This is what we do next, and it really, you want to just be able to, um, the weird when it feels weird to us, that's the barrier. So we have to get comfortable with it. We have to be excited about it. If we can be excited about a resource, we can sell it all day long. It's like the free water bottle that comes with the triplex or our new, our new packages. Like if you're excited about that water bottle, like that's the thing you're talking about. You're like, this is the best water bottle that's ever happened in the whole world, and you're going to love it, and it's free, right? So it's the same way with the next step. Like, oh my God, like you're going to love this. This is the next step. I have you fill this out, and then I'm able to print this out, and I'm able to keep this so that I can be the best support for you. Okay, is this cool with you? They're going to say yes, right? If you're showing up in service, they're going to say yes, hopefully, or whatever. Anyway, oh yeah, Lori laughing at my
Do you,
water bottle thing.
do you want me to put it? Because I just found I got access to it. Do you want me to put it in the thread
Put it in
so
there
that
if you don't
so that
mind.
people can see it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it in there if you don't mind. Because
I'll
I
flip it.
think we said this already, but when you have that link, if you have a Jotform account, we can copy it just like Canva, sort of, right, babe? Jody.
Maybe.
Yeah, there is a way to, let me get the directions. I have them saved.
Well,
So,
Janelle can do the directions too, so I can tag
okay,
her.
okay,
Yeah, let's
perfect.
just like let her do that. So yeah, perfect. Megan's gonna share it. And then I'm gonna tag Janelle and she's gonna basically walk us through. But you need to get a free Jotform account. This is again free. This is a free thing. There are other paid components that I'm unaware of, but I don't think any of that is a barrier to basically having a worksheet. And once somebody fills it out, I believe you get it in your email that's associated with the account and also in your little Jotform account. Okay. And to my knowledge, these can be printed out, or again, if you're saving that, if they come to you in email, you could create a folder in your email of like, new customer intake forms or however you want to describe it. Okay? Anyone have questions? I'm like so jacked up about this. Like I cannot
Will
wait.
will this be something that you think Janelle would? I can look for it too because I do remember doing this with the roadmap. But if I can't find the directions, do you think this is something that she would be
Yes.
getting to like tomorrow? I just have
Oh,
a
I
new
think
customer.
she's gonna do it tonight. Like I think Megan probably just sent it and then I'm gonna tag her and be like, hey, could you walk us through?
Oh, that's fancy. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna give her a whirl. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Hang on.